Hi everyone, and welcome back. It's been a while, so we'd rather start with a productive topic. Today we're going to talk about how to be more productive learner. We all know we are bombed constantly by all sort of information. If you want a statistic, today we receive 5 times more information compared to 1986. It's like we are reading 174 more newspapers a day. Yeah, of course, most of them are social posts and YouTube videos and Instagram and Snapchat stories and blah, blah, blah. But that's, anyway, an incredible amount of information. And this is obviously true also in working environment. 80% of companies right now offers extensive e-learning courses, and the e-learning space has grown 900% in the last 16 years. So we might think that this enormous amount of information might be translated in an increase of knowledge. Well, this is actually and unfortunately not true. A number of studies shows that, for example, the average civic knowledge has been pretty much the same over the course of the last 80 years. So it's pretty easy to do the math. If the information amount we are exposed to is 500% higher, but we still know the same thing, it means that we are definitely a less productive learner than what we were 100 years ago. So we're doomed. No, there's actually 4 very easy and applicable best practices that we can all apply in order to become more productive learner. Rule number 1, focus the majority of your information consumption on a single topic for several months. This has one obvious benefit, which is the ability of building on top what you already learned. And the second is related also by how our brain actually functions. A number of studies have shown that our ability of learning, it's really anchored to our ability of filtering not important information. So reducing the cognitive noise is absolutely important. So when you're learning something, focus on it for a few months, try to filter out all the noise, and number 2, relate to frameworks. Frameworks helps us retain information by associating it in a structured and repeatable way. So if you want an easy metaphor, it's definitely easier to look for your Mac or PC if you leave it on your table in your living room or in your office than if you leave it in an enormous warehouse lost somewhere in Arizona. So to make it more practical, after you've seen this video, you can actually start a framework or put a folder on how to become more productive. You can start with this 4 easy tactics and build on top of that. And when you're done, close it. And rule number 3, synthesize on your knowledge. So that's a very important difference between synthesizing and summarizing. Summarizing is obviously reducing the amount of information to the very basic. Synthesizing, on the contrary, is making sense of what you've learned on the base of what you already know. To be very practical, for example, when you finish this video, you can ask yourself, so what are my key takeaways in learning from this? And answering to this question will allow you to re-elaborate what you've learned on the base of your knowledge. And then number 4, you cycle between information feasting and information fasting. So if it's true that our ability of learning depends and is tied on our ability of filtering superfluous information, it's pretty obvious that we don't want to binge on new information before we master what we already know, what is existing in our knowledge. So once you synthesize that, elaborate that, reason on that, and apply that. Then when you're done, try to resynthesize everything that you know on that domain. And if you can't, go back and review it. If you can, go on and build on it. So these are 4 very simple best practices that we can apply in our everyday life and will make our life, our work so much better, make us ultimately more productive learner. And in this way, this bombing of information could actually become a resource more than just background noise. It's all for now. Thank you for watching, and it's really good to be back. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, do whatever you want, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, rock on.